Hey, it's Brook Hoover. I'm a guitar teacher in Cedar Rapids. I have a thought about unlocking the potential if you're a guitar player or guitar student. What is this potential? Where do you start? I mean, is it chords, notes, or riffs? It could be any of those. I mean, some of the earliest riffs I learned were something like stuff like that, or basic riffs. Very fun. Chords, we usually start with C, G7, traditionally maybe a D7, E minor. Those basic chords, which you will find in my chord book on the first page. But one thing people sometimes overlook in this modern age, everybody's got their phone and you can, pick out any video you want and learn any song quickly, hopefully. But if you don't know your basic notes in the first 3 frets, I think you're really missing out on how guitar works. So theoretically, if you learn on 6 strings the notes of the first 3 frets, you can transfer that up the neck. I'll try to demonstrate. The first lesson I remember I took and I often use with my students is the first string E, F, G. Pretty exciting. E, F, G, open first and third frets using pointer and ring fingers. If you screw up your fingering there, who knows what's going to happen next. I would get that correct. So we're just trying to lay the foundation. So of course we can go to the next string, but I want to show you why that could be important. If you learn that, check this out. Almost got the last one right. So you can get the same tone or pitch different places on the neck, which makes guitar kind of complicated, but it also gives us a lot of advantages and flexibility. And that's just the way guitar is. We love guitar, and that's kind of how it works. It's kind of like you have to respect the process, and that's how it works. E, F, G. Learn that, and then maybe work it up the neck. Well, let me do that again. That's pretty fun, and it really opens up how the neck works. Let's go to the second string, B, C, D. It's going to be the same frets, same shape. Open first and third frets. Again, index and ring. B, C, D. Now we'll move it up. See if you can move it up the neck. If you already know that, the next step would be start working it up the neck. That would be amazing. Well, let's keep going. The next string is going to be G and A. Here we're going to use the middle finger. Open and second fret, G, A. And now we go up to the next string, G and A, and up here, and here. That's pretty logical, So again, the first 3 frets, I believe, unlock everything about the guitar. 5th string, fourth string, D, E, F. That shape is different. So there's really 3 shapes. This first shape, and second shape, third shape. Using middle and ring, open, 2, 3. D, E, F. Plus, you're really learning that sound, that pitch, that tone, that vibration, those frequencies. Your ears have to learn this. D, E, F, F, E, D. Now we bring it up here and here. They all sound a little different, don't they? All right, next string, A, B, C. It's the same shape. Middle and ring finger. A, B, C, A, B, C, C, B, A. And then you can come up here. A, B, C. And we ran out of strings, so there's only 2 ways to play that on a normal guitar. And the 6th string is just like the first string, E, F, G. E, F, G, index and ring. So I would use a sight reading book and maybe work with a teacher. You could use like the Mel Bay method or the Hal Leonard. There's many others. The one I like is Progressive Series. That's really good. It's from Australia. I think it's out of print, but I can still find books. But do the sight reading and learn that standard staff if you can. Well, I think you really can. I think you should. It's just a matter of will you do it. All right. Now, if you want to look at my chord book on page 7, you'll see a little diagram I made. You could write it out way differently. This is just a starter to get you thinking about those notes. I didn't put every note in there. I left some blank spaces for you to fill in. So I would maybe draw out a diagram of the neck and start making some notes. Start studying, be diligent, be a real student of the guitar, and actually learn these notes. And from there, those shapes and sounds will start transferring up the neck. A lot of students get a little impatient with that, and they think it's hard. It really is not. It's just a matter of focus, in my opinion. All it is A, B, C, D, E, F, G with just a little bit of, geometry in there and dexterity and coordination and practice. You're going to start hearing things. One of the first songs I learned on my own after I was taught sight reading was the Beatles' Yellow Submarine. I read the notes. And that really got me going. I knew that wasn't the guitar part on the record, but it was something. I remember I used to turn off the lights and lay on the floor with my eyes closed and just play it by muscle memory. Just wanting to be a good guitar player someday. And it transfers up the neck, or maybe oops. That could be a surf instrumental song. maybe not. But yeah, man, melody, notes, fingering, treat it as a discipline, not just, a crazy thing that you do. It's actually, try to be logical as you design your own course, because you're probably going to learn on your own a lot. But if you work with a teacher, I would say let's work through a book. Let's do our sight reading, and hopefully your teacher will agree. Not all teachers agree. There was a Facebook page, Professional Guitar Teachers, and I thought, oh, that's for me. And so I asked a question: how do you motivate your students to practice sight reading? And they came down on me real hard about nobody does that anymore, and it's, they had all kinds of advice about different strumming patterns, and oh brother, as if I hadn't thought of that. I mean, come on. That was funny. But yeah, they were shocked that anybody would even think about sight reading or learning the notes. Like, wow. I might not fit into this world anymore, actually. I think I'm getting squeezed out. Well, I'm going to keep doing what I do and let them evolve into whatever they want to evolve into. That's all right. But if you want any advice from me, learn the notes in the first 3 frets and start working it up the neck. Do a little sight reading. If you do it every day, it actually starts being fun. You start understanding it, and it becomes pretty exciting. But it's really the long road. But I think it is the correct way to practice part of your learning, unless you have phenomenal pitch and pattern recognition and dexterity, and you're like, yeah, I don't need that, I can just play. Okay, you're a miracle. That's great. Then do that. But if you're a normal person, you should learn to sight read and learn your notes as you work on your chords. All right, and riffs. So thanks for letting me tell you all about it. And please subscribe if you think you could spare that that kind action. It kind of helps my numbers. It's fun to see a new subscriber come around every week or two. So join the group. Thanks.